let's open up this conversation and try and figure out what is fact and what is fiction. We'll talk about this with our guest. Joining me on the panel is Ambassador Ashok Sajjanhar, former diplomat, Major Mohammed Ali Shah, defense and strategic expert, Professor Madhav Nalapat, editorial director of the Sunday Guardian, Sumit Peer, political analyst, and Pankaj Das, a senior journalist, also joins me from Kathmandu. Major Mohammed Ali Shah, China is getting closer and closer into Nepal. It is not only worrisome for Nepal, Major Mohammed Ali Shah, but let us not forget the proximity that we share with Nepal is also something which could give us sleepless nights.
Absolutely right, Vineet. This is a typical example of salami slicing by China, which they have done in the past as well to occupy places in Nepal. Now, the Nepalese Prime Minister, as you asked earlier, he is in a tricky spot right now because he has got pro-China sentiments. And technology does not lie. So they would be using GPS and strip mapping to analyze exactly how much territory and where China has occupied, and they have started their construction there already. Now, pillar number 11 and 12 already illegally they have constructed at the border. Now, since I said technology does not lie, now Mr. KP Sharma Oli is going to be in a very tricky position to explain to China that that is their land and they should hand it back to them. Imagine 70 kilometers short of Pithoragarh in Limi area. I mean, which is so close to India. Now, also, another thing is, China will have a strategic advantage directly there, occupying that land, the way they had a strategic advantage by claiming, if they would claim Kala Pani, for example, they would have a strategic advantage for gaining land for India as well. So now, let us see what the Nepal government does. On 5th October, as we saw, 19 members team of politicians and experts went and analyzed on ground. And they gave the report. Now let's see what happened, what steps the Nepalese government takes. And that would be very interesting to note. And because, as you said, if you have snakes in the background, they'll come back and bite you.
Absolutely.
That is exactly, I can correlate with this example, Vineet, where, the holy warrior is supposed to be like, where Osama bin Laden was backed by US at one time. And what happened on 11th September 2001? Osama bin Laden turned around and attacked America.
Okay. I understand your analogy. It's a good one. Mohammed Ali Shah, 20 seconds for you. Then we go to Ambassador Sajjanhar and conclude with Sumit Peer. Mohammed Ali Shah.
Nepal is probably learning its lessons because, of keeping a good relation with India. And the loyalty of the Nepalese troops in Gurkha Rifles in the army is unmatched. On 10th March 1962, a post of the Indian army was surrounded. Gurkha troops were there. The Chinese army came and tried to convince them over the loudspeaker, don't fight with the joining the Indian army, go back to Nepal. But their loyalty and their faithfulness is unquestionable. They didn't buy it.
Okay.
Also, Nepal has banned a textbook. KP Oli's government has bought a textbook, a 110-page textbook, where they showed the boundary between India and Nepal. They are again trying to play a propaganda.
Okay, I get your point. So sooner than later, is going to become a part of an annexation procedure on behalf of China.
You're right, Vineet. And, as the previous panelists have also mentioned, this is a standard tactics of, salami slicing by China. And it's not doing only with Nepal. It's come to light right now, but I'm sure if you were to go back, there would be several